Shalom, hello, Boker Tov.
Shalom, Boker Tov.
Shalom, Boker Tov.
Welcome back to the study. And we're back to our normal setting and normal time. We're going to be looking at the Torah portion, Tavo, in Deuteronomy, Devarim. Today we're going to read chapter 26 and 27, and then we'll finish during the rest of the week. So we are reading again. This is like a repetition of the Torah. So we're continuing with that, with Moshe's instruction to the people before he passed away and Yehoshua takes over. So we can begin. We'll say the blessing, and we will begin. Let me get the Torah blessing here. There we go. One moment. Let me get the blessing.
Baruch Yahweh Hambora. Baruch Yahweh Hambora Leolam Baed. Baruch Atah Yahweh Eloheinu Melech Haolam. Asher Bachar Banu Mikohamim. Venatan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Yahweh Noten HaTorah. Amen.
We're going to begin again. Devarim, that's Deuteronomy, chapter 26, and I'm going to share my screen so you can follow along.
And it shall be when you come into the land which Yahweh your Elohim is giving you as an inheritance, and you possess it and dwell in it, that you shall take some of the first of all the fruits of the soil which you bring from the land that Yahweh your Elohim is giving you, and shall put it in a basket, and go to the place where Yahweh your Elohim chooses to make his name dwell there. And you shall come to the one who is priest in those days, and say to him, I shall declare today to Yahweh your Elohim that I have come to the land which Yahweh swore to our fathers to give us. And the priest shall take the basket from your hand and place it before the altar of Yahweh your Elohim. And you shall answer and say before Yahweh your Elohim, my father was a perishing Aramean, and he went down to Mizraim and sojourned there with few men, and there he became a nation great, mighty, and numerous. But the Mizrahites did evil to us, and afflicted us, and imposed hard labor on us. Then we cried out to Yahweh Elohim of our fathers, and Yahweh heard our voice, and saw our affliction, and our toil, and our oppression. And Yahweh brought us out of Mizraim with a strong hand, and with an outstretched arm, with great fear, and with signs and wonders. And he brought us to this place, and has given us this land, a land flowing with milk and honey. And now see, I have brought the first fruits of the land, which you, O Yahweh, have given me. Then you shall place it before Yahweh your Elohim, and bow down before Yahweh your Elohim. Amen.
Let's hear that in the Hebrew. Let me make this a little bigger too. Make it a little easier to read. Okay, there you go.
פרק כ"ו. והיה כי תבוא אל הארץ אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך נחלה, וירשת וישבת בה, ולקחת מראשית כל פרי האדמה אשר תביא מארצך אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך, ושמת בטנא, והלכת אל המקום אשר יבחר אדוני אלוהיך לשכן שמו שם. ובאת אל הכהן אשר יהיה בימים ההם, ואמרת אליו, גדתי היום לאדוני אלוהיך, כי באתי אל הארץ אשר נשבע אדוני לאבותינו לתת לנו. ולקח הכהן הטנא מידיך, והניחו לפני מזבח אדוני אלוהיך, וענית ואמרת לפני אדוני אלוהיך, ארמי עובד אבי, וירד מצרימה, ויגור שם במתי מעט, ויהי שם לגוי גדול עצום ורב. וירעו אותנו המצרים, ויענונו, ויתנו עלינו עבודה קשה. ונצעק אל אדוני אלוהי אבותינו, וישמע אדוני את קולנו, וירא את עוניינו ואת עמלנו ואת לחצנו, ויוציאנו אדוני ממצרים ביד חזקה ובזרוע נטויה ובמורא גדול ובאותות ובמופתים. ויביאנו אל המקום הזה, ויתן לנו את הארץ הזאת, ארץ זבת חלב ודבש. ועתה, הנה הבאתי את ראשית פרי האדמה, אשר נתת לי אדוני. והנחתו לפני אדוני אלוהיך, והשתחווית לפני אדוני אלוהיך.
Okay, let's continue with verse 11. So let's recap there. You shall place it before Yahweh your Elohim and bow down before Yahweh your Elohim. Verse 11. And shall rejoice in all the good which Yahweh your Elohim has given to you and your house, you and the Levite and the stranger who is among you. When you have completed tithing all the tithe of your increase in the 3rd year, which is the year of tithing, and have given it to the Levite, to the stranger, to the fatherless, and to the widow, and they have eaten within your gates and have been satisfied, then you shall say before Yahweh your Elohim, I have put away the set-apart portion from my house, and have also given it to the Levite, and to the stranger, and to the fatherless, and to the widow, according to all your command, which you have commanded me. I have not transgressed your commands, nor have I forgotten. I have not eaten any of it when in mourning, nor have I removed any of it for any unclean use, nor given any of it for the dead. I have obeyed the voice of Yahweh my Elohim. I have done according to all that you have commanded me. Look from your set-apart dwelling place, from the heavens, and bless your people Israel, and the land which you have given us, as you swore to our fathers, a land flowing with milk and honey. Today Yahweh your Elohim is commanding you to do these laws and right rulings, and you shall guard and do them with all your heart and with all your being. You have today caused Yahweh to proclaim to be your Elohim, and to walk in his ways, and guard his laws, and his commands, and his right rulings, and to obey his voice. And Yahweh has caused you to proclaim today to be his people, a treasured possession, as he has spoken to you, and to guard all his commands, so as to set you high above all nations which he has made, for a praise, and for a name, and for a theme, and for you to be a set-apart people to Yahweh your Elohim, as he has spoken.
Amen.
Beautiful. Okay, let's hear in the Hebrew to the end of chapter 26.
ושמחת בכל הטוב אשר נתן לך אדוני אלוהיך ולביתך, אתה והלוי והגר אשר בקרבך. כי תכלה לעשר את כל מעשר תבואתך בשנה השלישית, שנת המעשר, ונתת ללוי, לגר, ליתום ולאלמנה, ואכלו בשעריך ושבעו. ואמרת לפני אדוני אלוהיך, יערתי הקודש מן הבית, וגם נתתיו ללוי ולגר, ליתום ולאלמנה, ככל מצוותך אשר ציוויתני, לא עברתי ממצוותיך ולא שכחתי. לא אכלתי ועוני ממנו, ולא ביערתי ממנו בטמא, ולא נתתי ממנו למת. שמעתי בקול אדוני אלוהי, עשיתי ככל אשר ציוויתני. השקיפה ממעון קודשך מן השמיים, וברך את עמך, את ישראל, ואת האדמה אשר נתת לנו, כאשר נשבעת לאבותינו, ארץ זבת חלב ודבש. היום הזה אדוני אלוהיך מצווך לעשות את החוקים האלה ואת המשפטים, ושמרת ועשית אותם בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך. את אדוני האמרת היום להיות לך לאלוהים וללכת בדרכיו, ולשמור חוקיו ומצוותיו ומשפטיו, ולשמוע בקולו. ואדוני האמירך היום להיות לו לעם סגולה כאשר דיבר לך, ולשמור כל מצוותיו. ולתיתך עליון על כל הגויים אשר עשה, לתהילה ולשם ולתפארת, ולהיותך עם קדוש לאדוני אלוהיך, כאשר דיבר.
Okay, we're going to go right into chapter 27. Yeah. Chapter 27, verse 1.
And Moshe with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, Guard all the commands which I am commanding you today, and it shall be on the day when you pass over the Jordan to the land which Yahweh your Elohim is giving you, that you shall set up for yourselves large stones and plaster them with plaster, and write on them all the words of this Torah when you have passed over, so that you go into the land which Yahweh your Elohim is giving you, a land flowing with milk and honey, as Yahweh Elohim of your fathers has spoken to you. And it shall be, when you have passed over the Jordan, that on Mount Ebal you set up these stones which I command you today, and you shall plaster them with plaster, and build an altar to Yahweh your Elohim there, an altar of stones. Do not use an iron tool on them. Build the altar of Yahweh your Elohim with complete stones, and you shall offer burnt offerings on it to Yahweh your Elohim, and shall offer peace offerings and eat there, and rejoice before Yahweh your Elohim. And you shall write all the words of this Torah on the stones, plainly and well. And Moshe and the priests, the Levites, spoke to all Israel, saying, Be silent and hear, O Israel, this day you have become the people of Yahweh, your Elohim. And you shall obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim, and do his commands and his laws, which I command you today. Amen.
Okay, let's hear that in the Hebrew.
כ"ז. ויצב משה בזקני ישראל את העם לאמור, שמור את כל המצווה אשר אנוכי מצווה אתכם היום. והיה ביום אשר תעברו את הירדן אל הארץ, אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך, והקימותה לך אבנים גדולות, וסדת אותם בסיד. וכתבת עליהן את כל דברי התורה הזאת בעוברך, למען אשר תבוא אל הארץ אשר אדוני אלוהיך נותן לך, ארץ זבת חלב ודבש, כאשר דיבר אדוני אלוהי אבותיך לך. והיה בעוברכם את הירדן, תקימו את האבנים האלה, אשר אנוכי מצווה אתכם היום בהר עיבל, וסדת אותם בסיד. ובנית שם מזבח לאדוני אלוהיך, מזבח אבנים, לא תניף עליהם ברזל. אבנים שלמות תבנה, את מזבח אדוני אלוהיך, והעלית עליו עולות לאדוני אלוהיך. וזבחת שלמים ואכלת שם, ושמחת לפני אדוני אלוהיך, וכתבת על האבנים את כל דברי התורה הזאת, פאר היטב. וידבר משה והכהנים הלוויים אל כל ישראל לאמור, הסכת ושמע ישראל, היום הזה נהיית לעם לאדוני אלוהיך, ושמעת בקול אדוני אלוהיך, ועשית את מצוותיו ואת חוקיו, אשר אנוכי מצווך היום. ויצב משה.
Okay, let's go ahead and continue with the rest of the chapter, verse 11. And Moshe commanded the people on that day, saying, These are to stand on Mount Gerizim to bless the people. And when you have passed over the Jordan, Shimon and Levi and Yehudah and Yisachar and Joseph and Benjamin. And these are to stand on Mount Ebal to curse Reuben, Gad, Asher, and Zebulun, Dan, and Naphtali. And the Levites shall speak with a loud voice and say to all the men of Israel, Cursed is the man who makes a carved or molded image, an abomination to Yahweh, the work of the hands of the craftsman, and sets it up in secret. And all the people shall answer and say, Amen.
Amen.
Cursed is he who makes light of his father or mother. And all the people shall say, Amen.
Amen.
Cursed is he who moves his neighbor's boundary. And all the people shall say, Amen.
Amen.
Cursed is he who misleads the blind in any way. And all the people shall say, Amen.
Amen.
Cursed is he who twists the right ruling of the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow. And all the people shall say, Amen.
Amen.
Cursed is he who lies with his father's wife, because he has uncovered his father's bed. And all the people shall say, Amen.
Amen.
Cursed is he who lies with any beast. And all the people shall say, Amen.
Amen.
Cursed is he who lies with his sister, the daughter of his father, or the daughter of his mother. And all the people shall say, Amen.
Amen.
Cursed is he who lies with his mother-in-law. And all the people shall say, Amen.
Amen.
Cursed is he who smites his neighbor secretly. And all the people shall say, Amen.
Amen.
Cursed is he who takes a bribe to slay an innocent being. And all the people shall say, Amen.
Amen.
Cursed is he who does not establish the words of the Torah. And all the people shall say, Amen.
Amen.
And then I just want to read, I don't want to leave it on a negative note. I want to read one of the blessings in chapter 28. And it shall be if you diligently obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim, to guard to do all his commands which I command you today, that Yahweh your Elohim shall set you high above all nations of the earth.
Amen.
And all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you if you obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim.
Amen.
I just wanted to end it on a positive note.
Blessed are you in the city, and blessed are you in the field.
Amen.
Blessed is the fruit of your body, and the fruit of your ground, and the fruit of your livestock, the increase of your cattle, and the offspring of your flocks. Amen.
Okay, let's hear the end of chapter 27 in the Hebrew.
משה את העם ביום ההוא לאמור, אלה יעמדו לברך את העם על הר גריזים בעוברכם את הירדן. שמעון ולוי ויהודה ויששכר ויוסף ובנימין. ואלה יעמדו על הקללה בהר עיבל, ראובן, גד ואשר, וזבולון, דן ונפתלי. וענו הלוויים ואמרו אל כל איש ישראל כל רם, ארור האיש אשר יעשה פסל ומסכה תועבת אדוני מעשה ידי חרש ושם בספר. וענו כל העם ואמרו אמן. ארור מקלה אביו ואמו, ואמר כל העם אמן. ארור משיג גבול רעהו, ואמר כל העם אמן. ארור משגע עיוור בדרך, ואמר כל העם אמן. ארור מטה משפט גר יתום ואלמנה, ואמר כל העם אמן. ארור שוכב עם אשת אביו, כי גילה כנף אביו, ואמר כל העם אמן. ארור שוכב עם כל בהמה, ואמר כל העם אמן. ארור שוכב עם אחותו בת אביו או בת אמו, ואמר כל העם אמן. ארור שוכב עם חותנתו, ואמר כל העם אמן. ארור מכה רעהו בסתר, ואמר כל העם אמן. ארור לוקח שוחד להכות נפש דם נקי, ואמר כל העם אמן. ארור אשר לא יקים את דברי התורה הזאת לעשות אותם, ואמר כל העם אמן.
Okay. So that's the end of chapter 27. You can kind of review what we read and share any comments that you might have.
On chapter 26, Abba tells the people of Israel that he is giving them an inheritance to possess it and to dwell in it. And of course, he's asking the people, that when they bring the fruit of the land, that he gives them, how to do it and what even to say when they come to the priest, and what it will be the response of the priest to the people when they bring their blessing or the portion with which Yahweh has blessed them. Mm-hmm. And then he is after that saying that when someone will come to you and do something to you, Abba will hear you. And it has to do with listening to his voice, following his steps, obeying his commandments. And then one of the things that are very interesting is that Abba also tells us not to forget where we come from. And he says that our father was an Aramean, and he was perishing Aramean, because I believe when he arrived to the house of Laban, talking about Jacob, for example, and was in that house of his father-in-law, he practically on the way there was dying, that he went across the desert. Same thing happened to Moses, and same thing happened to Abraham, and how our patriarchs were in a way tested their faith and their trust in Yahweh.
Yeah. I think it's really interesting going kind of back to what you were mentioning about giving the first fruits were meant for the Levites, and they were to share them with the people who needed, right? The widow, the orphan, the stranger in the land, and how he's really showing that he is their protector of the people who need, right? He's the defender of the one who is defenseless, and he's going to provide for them. And so this is how one of the ways that he provides for them, and it's a very big offense to ignore and disregard that command to share and to give to them, right? And we've also mentioned before that this is a way of recognizing that what you have, the fruits that you have, were not by your own strength, but were given by Yahweh's goodness.
Amen.
Right? And kind of to give us that gratitude and that sharing. And I kind of see it like in a way that it's going to be rejoicing and happy. Like it's a good feeling to share verse 11, 26:11. And you shall rejoice in all the good which Yahweh your Elohim has given to you and your house, you and the Levite and the stranger who is among you. And then I think you were going to mention also about not once these first fruits, they were set apart for Yahweh, and they were not allowed to be used for unclean purposes, right? And they were not to be given to the dead. So again, they were probably surrounded by these
pagan
cultures that had a custom of giving the food to the dead. Yeah, so that's a big no-no. And I think twice in this Torah portion, in chapter 26 and in chapter 27, Moshe tells them, like, look, today you have entered into covenant with Elohim to keep his laws and right rulings, to guard them and to do them with all your heart and with all your being. That's in chapter 26, verse 16. And it's also repeated again in chapter 27, kind of stressing the importance that they have entered into a covenant, and this is what he's relating are the terms of the covenant, right? So I just think that was interesting. And then we have the two mountains.
Yes, we have the two mountains, Mount Gerizim and Ebal. From Mount Gerizim, which is the mountain of the blessings, it's Shimon, Levi, Yehuda, and Issachar, Joseph, and Benjamin are in charge of giving the blessings. And in charge of giving the curses are Reuben, Gad, Asher, Zebulun, Dan, and Naphtali. And it's very interesting because the people who were on the other side and the people who were on the side where the words were given, they had to say amen, amen, like saying, yes, we are in agreement.
Let it be.
Let it be so. And it's very interesting how, for example, some of the curses that are pronounced here, the people who were pronouncing those curses committed some of these, sins or transgressions against Torah, and it's like for them to see how strong it is to do these commands and to be in a way against what Abba has been saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on 27:26, it says, cursed is he who does not establish the words of this Torah.
Wow.
And all the people say amen. We live in a time where people is anti-Torah. They say Torah passed away. We don't need to follow Torah. Torah is for the Jewish people, as if it is something that is such a burden to carry. And Yeshua said that his burden is light, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he called us with cords of love, Abba. And his yoke is not burdensome. So
it's
how
a path
do you
to life instead of death? Right?
Amen. And not just that, how do you establish the words of this Torah? By fulfilling them, by doing them, by being a witness. People think being a witness is to say something, but that's not the case. In the Hebrew mindset, you are truly a disciple when you obey the commandments of Yahweh. So when you establish his word is when you do them.
So it's like living it in action.
Living it in action, correct. It's not something just in the heads of the people, just repeating something or remembering to honor Abba, but you honor Abba by serving others, putting into work what he said.
Mm.
You wanted to say something?
No, that's really good. Everything, yeah. So yeah, the curses, they had to agree with the word amen. And I think some people are a little bit weary of the word amen, like if they only use it with the curses, but I believe there are other parts in the Torah where it is used in a positive connotation, not just agreeing to a curse. So, we'll have to look more into that. And I liked what you mentioned about the tribes that were assigned to the mountain of blessing and the tribes that were assigned to the mountain of curse. I think it's interesting to look into why they were divided in that particular order. Yeah. So I think the tribe of was it Gad or Dan that has kind of like a troublesome track record, and they're on the mountain of curse. But just details to look into that would be interesting. And then on Wednesday we'll read the blessings on the other mountain.
Well, I just wanted to say that if you think about the things that were mentioned on which people receive a curse, is in the first place is cursed is the man who makes a carved or molded image, an abomination to Yahweh, the work of the hands of the craftsman, and set it up in secret, and all the people shall answer and say, Amen. This is in the head of all the curses, because you are saying that something else that is man-made, it has taken the place of Yahweh.
Wow.
Something else that was crafted by a human being deserves reverence and worship, right? So that's why it's the first thing mentioned here. And if you see all the different religions of the world, they have carved images. They have images in which they revere them. They offer them even their own children in some cases. And it's something that Abba says, how can you say to a piece of wood or a piece of stone, you are my father, or you are the one who is giving me all these blessings, when it's Abba Kadosh, Yahweh, who is the one who is giving us everything. So, it's something that we need to consider, right? That's why so many nations are under the curse right now, because they refuse to acknowledge Yahweh as the maker of everything, as the one providing life and sustenance and blessings.
I was also going to mention that it mentions about respecting father and mother.
Yes.
Which is something that is repeated a lot throughout the Ten Commandments, and then later on it's repeated again several times. And then it mentions, I was thinking about why it mentions the blind in verse 18. Cursed is he who misleads the blind in the way. And I think it's not just referring to a literally blind person, but I think it can refer to anybody who is defenseless, anybody who depends on another person's help, that not to mislead them, right? Because they're depending on
spiritually blind.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I think it's also a broader definition of who is blind. Anybody depending on you, and like you said, spiritually.
And some of the other ones, for example, to lie with his father's wife, even the father with the daughter, those things are an abomination. Mm-hmm. It's something that, first of all, on the first one is you and Yahweh, not to replace him for anything else. Mm-hmm. But then It's you and your fellow brother and sister not to trespass his or her right. Because when you lie down with your sister, you are devastating that life. You are crushing a life. And cursed is he who lies with his mother-in-law. You know, you are trespassing the commandment. You are getting into the territory of someone else's right.
Mhm.
And he who smites his neighbor secretly. So how do you, that's why at the end of this, it says, cursed is he who does not establish the words of this Torah. Because establishing the words of the Torah is not going against the Torah. It's fulfilling what he says. It's trying to keep his commandments as the best way we can. So I want to leave you with that thought in mind, that it is important to think about that. If you are still worshiping an idol, if you are still giving reverence and honor to a piece of a carved image, or you go and you bow yourself before any carved image, anything man-made, just think about it. Maybe, you know, you are still blinded by the religions of the world, and you need to come to Abba and repent, do teshuvah, and come back to Him, because that's all it takes. You know, it's to come to Him with a repentant heart. To do teshuvah is to go back to His Torah, to His commandments, to His love, His courts of love that He has placed for us. And those courts of love, which in Psalm 2, it says, let me go to Psalm 2, because it is a very important scripture to mention right here. It says that the people of the earth, the Gentiles, meditate emptiness, right? And that they counsel together against Yahweh and against His Mashiach. And look what they say. Let us tear apart their bonds. It's Tehillim or Psalm 2, verse 3. Let us tear apart their bonds. In other translation, it says cords, right?
Mhm.
Their bonds, and throw away their ropes from us. He who is sitting in the heavens laughs. Yahweh mocks at them. Then He speaks to them in His wrath and troubles them in His rage, saying, but I have set my sovereign on Zion, my set apart mountain. I inscribe for a law. Yahweh has said to me, you are my son. Today I have brought you forth. So at the end of the chapter 2, it says, kiss the Son, lest he is enraged, and you perish in the way. For soon his wrath is to be kindled. Blessed are all those taking refuge in him. So a way to come to the Father is through the Son, who he gave as a ransom, as a payment for our debt. We had a big debt with Abba Kadosh Yahweh, a debt that we couldn't even imagine to pay. We were worthy of death because the payment for on not doing His commandments is death. However, in His mercy, He gave His only begotten Son, so that everyone who believes in Him shall not perish, but have eternal life. And He says, kiss the Son, lest He be enraged. So kiss the Son is saying, give honor to my Son for what He did in my place, for what He did in my command in lieu of me, because I said, you know. It's unbelievable in the eyes of Abba that you might say to a piece of stone that he has done all the things that Abba has done for you. It's unbelievable. And you know what? I was there. I was Catholic before, and I bowed down before idols, images, lit candles, and did all kinds of things. And I had to repent. And I am so blessed that he revealed to me and he showed me my sin. And I thank you. I am so overwhelmed by his love. Because, you know, I was blind. I was like one of those people who were blind. And he had mercy on me. And I will be forever grateful for what he did for me. So I kiss the sun. Yes, I do. And I am forever grateful, for I owe him too much not to be grateful for what he did. So, shalom, everyone.
We can say the blessing to close. Okay.
Baruch atah Yahweh, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata betocheinu. Baruch atah Yahweh, noten haTorah. Amen. Shalom, everyone. Have a blessed day. And be the salt of this earth and the light of this world. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.